An innovative leather tanning that calls itself sustainable and has a high potential to become the market standard. Chrome-free, heavy metal-free, aldehyde-free and synthetic-free. It's called Zeology. Let's find out what it's all about. Through the brand Nera Tanning, the Dutch company Smith & Zoon has launched Zeology, a new tanning system that has been defined as revolutionary and successfully tested, starting with leathers destined for the automotive segment and high-end fashion, which is the most exigent, and then moving on to all other product categories. Currently, lots of tanneries all over the world, including some of the most important Italian groups, are testing and are producing Zeology leather in their production plants. Nera mentioned a few of them on their website. In this video I will discuss the characteristics of Zeology, Zeowhite, its biodegradability, the benefits, the uses, and some final considerations. Tanning with Zeology starts with modified zeolite, a combination of alumina, silica sand, and oxygen. All of these elements are abundantly present in the Earth's crust. Zeolites constitute a family of minerals with a very open crystal structure and interconnected channels. There are 8 main groups of zeolite minerals found in nature. 2 main types, called zeolite A and zeolite X, are synthetically produced and widely marketed. Nera modifies these synthetic versions by modifying them with organic acids in order to produce unique zeolites with a functionalized and aggregated structure, and which can be used in the tanning process. Straight or common zeolite would yield poor results. Zeolites have a unique property. They can absorb or release water depending on temperature. Water absorption is an important part of leather comfort, and a tanning method that allows water absorption without swelling is a desirable feature. They represent a new innovation in tanning chemicals. To see how the actual process works, I recommend watching the Model Z Zeology video. There are 2 versions, a technical one and a brand version, found on the Nera Tanning site that I'm putting in the description of this video. The result of Zeology tanning is called Zeowhite, a skin that contains mainly collagen and zeolite. Both components are not harmful to the environment. For those who don't know, Zeowhite is a semi-finished product that comes out immediately after tanning. But from here to the finished leather, there are still many processes missing. Just to clarify, for chrome tanning, it is called wet blue. For metal-free tanning, it is called wet white. It is clear, however, that the type of tanning determines the identity of the subsequent finished leather. Zeowhite has a narrow pore, remarkable physical properties, and resistance to light and heat. In addition, the brilliance of its white allows you to make clear and bright colors. Zeowhite can be stored for a long time. Although, to get the best results on leather, the current parent company's advice is to treat Zeowhite within 6 months after tanning with Zeology. Mold resistance is good without special treatment. Another issue on which Smith & Zoon turns the spotlight is the degree of biodegradability of Zeowhite. And so, is leather tanned with Zeology more biodegradable than leather tanned with chromium or glutaraldehyde? GDA. Before leathers are tanned, they are naturally biodegradable. The tanning process changes the chemistry within the leather fibers to make it more difficult for enzymes from bacteria and fungi to degrade them. Any leather can be composted, but the rate of degradation and environmental impact depends on the tanning chemistry used. Tanning technologies developed in the past focused primarily on the durability and longevity of the leather. However, today's society requires an additional sustainability property, and that is leather that biodegrades into components that can fit into natural cycles. Zeology tanned leather biodegrades faster than traditional tanning technologies. Zeowhite and the leather made with it have passed tests for both biodegradation, it becomes compostable in a short time, and bioassimilation, which concerns the positive effect of the degraded product in the soil on plant growth. Although chromium leather might compost well, after more time, the final material will contain chromium, making it less suitable for this purpose. Zeolite, on the other hand, consists of elements that are common in soil. Anyway, These results are obtained for pure zeolite tanned material, treated with appropriately selected harmless chemicals. In the case of leather articles, such as waterproof leather or finished articles, the selected chemistry will have an impact on the overall biodegradability of the leather. In other words, the biodegradability of a material may be hindered by the choice of chemicals applied in its production. So, zeolite offers a blank canvas to create fully biodegradable leathers, and to achieve this, the choice of additional chemicals, the so-called wet end, to indicate products added after tanning, must be done carefully. It must be said, however, that biodegradability and or composting depend more on the tanning than on the wet hand. However, the more natural the wet hand products are, the better it is for biodegradability composting. Vegetable retanning agents contain natural preservatives that limit biodegradation. So, zeology tanned collagen, zeolite, can form the basis of biodegradable leather articles when combined with wet end and finished biodegradable materials. Leather articles based on zeology tanning can be made fully circular, based on the composting of the leather and additional materials in the article. Zeology tanned crust leather has demonstrated up to 100% compostability after 90 days and a positive response to plant growth as a compost substrate. ISO method 20200-2015. Now let's look at the benefits. First, besides the fact that zeolite is less polluting and chromium-free, the main advantage is the color. The bright white color makes it possible to have white leather and lighter and brighter colors. Zeology is very good for white leather for sports shoes or white crusts. Making white leather is harder on chrome tan leather due to its bluish color, or GDA tanned leather due to its yellowish color. Second, the grain tightness and retention and therefore reduced bellies, which leads to more sellable leather and less waste. Third, it is resistant to light and heat. 4. Has good physical properties. Zeology tanning is a versatile as traditional tanning. It can be used for both bovine hides, e.g. bull, cow, buffalo, yak, and ovine skins, e.g. sheep, goat. So, what leather items can be made with zeolite? First, for automotive leather, e.g. steering wheel, car seats, panels, and dashboards. And then for small leather goods, for high fashion, e.g. bags, shoes, belts, then for leather for aviation seats, and also for luxury furniture. Because of its effectiveness and sustainability, this tanning system is set to become the new industry standard. According to Smith & Zoom, the market is showing great interest and their partners are in advanced testing for a wide range of products. More information on zeology can be found on www.neratanning.com.